In today's episode of 5 Scary Ghost Videos Caught on Camera. Number 5. Our first ghost video comes from the YouTube channel Museo Del Horror, who together with a friend went to an abandoned hospital where many people died over a period of time, and is now believed to be haunted by people who lost their lives here. Upon arrival, they both began exploring the building until they heard strange noises and moans.
¿Hay alguien aquí con nosotros? ¿Hay alguien que se esté quedando aquí? Haz un ruido si estás aquí. Puedes hacer ese ruido de nuevo. ¿Qué tal?
Ahí está.
Uy, hey.
Uy, ¿cuál es? No sé. Mira, se está moviendo.
Dice séptico aquí.
When they both stand in the corridor, we hear a child's groan, and then the sound of a cracking door. But what scared them the most was the sudden slam of the door behind them, and the strangest thing was, they immediately checked if anyone was inside, but they found no one there. Then, a few minutes later, the mysterious door started acting weird once again.
Ay, me espantó ese cable. Escucharon un grito. Oh, sí es cierto.
Apenas estamos iniciando a la exploración de este lugar, caminar.
Mírala. No te muevas.
Fue otra vez la misma. ¿Hay alguien aquí? ¿Puedes mover otra vez esa puerta?
Creo que vieron algo.
Muévela para mí. Mueve esa puerta para mí.
No te pases, Alex. No te pases. No te pases.
Te lo agradezco mucho. ¿Quién eres?
Vieron una sombra, vieron que se metió algo negro ahí.
Dime tu nombre. Dime tu nombre. ¿Dónde? ¿Aquí?
Sí, siempre.
Cuidado. No sé. No hay nada aquí.
When they both pass through the hospital, they start to hear someone crying. They decide to follow the source of the noise, when suddenly, when they pass one of the corridors, the door that had been moved earlier started to move again, and this time they see the whole thing. But oddly enough, when they ask for a sign, the door moves again, as if someone were there, and just like before, they check a few closest rooms, but find no one nearby. Then they continued their investigation until this happened.
Si alguna vez han ido a un hospital o al seguro, hermanos, así huele el seguro es el que el seguro huele más fuerte. Así justamente es como huele aquí.
¿Dónde están todos? ¿Dónde están todos? ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es?
Once again, they hear mysterious voices and the moans of a child coming from somewhere in the building, but a few moments later, some material that quickly hides caught our attention the most, something that even they didn't notice. What could it be? Cloth? Sheet? A ghost? Or something else entirely? What do you folks think about it? Is everything they managed to record on the camera is just a well-prepared hoax? Or this hospital is really haunted? The final decision is yours. If you want to watch the full episode of this investigation, visit his YouTube channel, Museo del Horror. Number 4. The next recordings are from TikTok user Yoshualuc, who runs a small family shop with his wife in Mexico, and recently his content, dedicated to his son, changed to recording strange and inexplicable phenomena in his home, and it was quite a loud thing a few months ago when he managed to capture many times something really chilling.
Quisimos grabar ahorita porque se está escuchando algo en el closet. Dios mío, ¿qué es eso? ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Quieres algo? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? No inventes, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? Se abrió. Espérate, cálmate. ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Te podemos ayudar? ¿Necesitas algo? Dinos. ¡Se asomó alguien! ¡Alúzame! Espera. No, está todo tranquilo. Vamos a ver si aquí de la tienda. Dentro de la tienda. Parece que aquí no es. Se quedaron acá. Vengan, vamos a ver. No, aquí no son. Vénganse, vámonos por acá. No sé qué está pasando. Mejor vámonos, vengan. Me siento nervioso, vámonos. Vean, no hay nada.
On the recordings, we can see a dark figure that looks like a shadow man, a mysterious figure of a child, and scary demonic face. But apparently that's not the end, because Luan again recorded something weird. The video which is very similar to one of the first, in which he recorded supernatural phenomena, and also this time something or someone opens the door to his wardrobe, and at some point on the wall we see a terrifying face of a demon staring at Luan. But this is not the last time he caught something bizarre. A few days later he managed to record this. In one of the neighboring buildings, where no one lives, he managed to record something strange. A figure that looked as if he was leaning out and staring at him. One day Luan decided to make a live on which he managed to catch something terrifying. At one point, we see a white figure emerging from the building and disappearing after a few moments without a trace. What do you think about these recordings? Is his house and neighborhood haunted by evil spirits and demons? Or is it just a smart way to gain popularity? You are the judges, you decide. If you want to watch all of his videos, visit his TikTok, Yoshualuc. Number 3. The next scary video comes from the YouTube channel The Vacay also. The following footage was captured by security cameras at one of Mexico's casinos and posted by a former security guard, where we can see something disturbing. at one point we see a rather fuzzy and translucent figure that is quite small and looks like a child. We can clearly see that the mysterious figure moves along the alleys and passes by people who do not seem to see it and do not pay attention to it, which might infer that they really can't see it, which is even stranger. It does not like a glitch on the camera, because every other person who passes through was clearly visible. So what, or who it was? The real ghost of a child who wanders around this world, recorded on a camera, or it can be rationally explained. Choose wisely, folks. Number 2. The next video is from YouTube user Unusual Things, and this is another video from a security guard who recorded a mysterious figure during his night shift in one of the Brazilian shopping malls.
Olha ela ali. Já é a segunda vez essa semana. Eu tive que filmar para mostrar que ninguém acredita em mim. Meu Deus do céu. Meu Deus do céu. Ai, meu Jesus. Ai, meu Deus.
When the security guard heads towards the escalator, at some point he sees the figure of a child on it, then runs to check it, but there is no one upstairs, and right after that, behind his back, we probably see the same silhouette as before. So, was it a real ghost or just a hoax? Real or fake? Decide, folks. Number 1. The last video comes from the YouTube channel Paranormal Explorers. This time Dave decided to go alone to the haunted cemetery. What he managed to record is really scary.
Hello? Right guys, I don't know if you've seen that. Looks like a white shadow of a person comes straight towards us, and it looks like a little child leaning against the tree. My God.
When he walks between the tombstones, we see someone leaning behind the trees, but what he managed to record next is truly chilling.
Jesus, I've got pure bad vibes in here. Let's press on. At this point I thought I seen someone pop their head around the grave.
Behind one of the graves, we see a pale face leaning out and disappearing after a while. What do you folks think? Did Dave manage to record a real ghost or something else? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.
Hey!